Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Blevins, and I'm putting together this little video for you to help you understand how to access Google Classroom and also how to get the basics of using Google Classroom so you can keep up with your assignments and get in contact with your teachers if you need to. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off here on in Chrome. Okay, so if you're on your Chromebook, the browser that you'll use is Chrome, and all you need to do is if you don't already have it on a Google homepage or on a Google page, all you got to do is type in google.com. And if you go to that page, if you are signed into your school's email account, okay, it's a Google account, you'll see your little profile picture up here, and then directly beside of that, you will see this little box, okay, this little box made up of 9 other little boxes. If you click on that, that'll give you access to all of the Google apps that you have access to. Okay, now I'll probably have more access to different things than you will, so you might not see everything that I have on here. But the main thing is that you see things like Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs. You might even see YouTube. Okay, but the main ones are the Gmail and Google Drive, and then the one that we're going to focus on today, which is Classroom. Okay, so somewhere down on this list, it might not be at the top, it might be further down, depending on where it is. But you need to find the Classroom icon here and click it. Now, once you click on that, it will bring you to the Google Classroom homepage. So this will bring you to like a hub, which will have all the classes that you're signed up for on Google Classroom. It'll have all of those classes here for you to look at. So you can see all the different classes that I have here, the 3 classes that I'm teaching this year, a little test class that I was working with just to test out some of the features of Google Classroom. And then also there's this test classroom this is where I'm going to focus on today. And Miss Trail was nice enough to put together this classroom in order for me to be a student in the class, so that way I could show you everything from the student side of things. Okay. So when you come here, this will be where you see all your classes. So you're going to pick whichever class that you need to access, okay? And you can actually just click the top of the banner here, so the name of the class, and it will actually take you into the individual class, okay? So in this case, this is just a test Google Classroom, so this is the one I'm accessing. If you're accessing your math class or your English class or whatever, it'll take you to that individual classes site here. Okay. Now, once you get to this point, you have 3 different tabs up here that you can choose from to see different sides of the class here. So the very first one here is Stream. The Stream tells you the title of the classroom. Okay. And then down here, you will see any announcements or anything your teacher has shared with you in terms of videos, notes. If they post an assignment, there'll be a little notification, as you see right here, that will show you that they've added an assignment, okay, or posted a new assignment. So make sure you check this often to see any announcements made by your teacher. Make sure you pay attention to dates so you're not looking at something that's old information. Usually teachers try to keep important information up to the top up here, but whatever your teacher's primary method there, usually anything they do with the class will be posted here in the stream. And if once more information gets put on here, you'll be able to scroll down and you'll be able to see all the information from every assignment that's posted to, like I said, if they share a video with you or anything like that, it'll be shared right here with you. Now, the other thing on the stream that you need to be aware of is there is this little upcoming tab that's right here, this box, and this tells you all the upcoming work, so the most recent stuff that you've got to do in order to turn it in. So in this class, Ms. Trails assigned me one assignment, and it says it's due Friday at 11:59 p.m., so that's telling me of my next assignment that's due, okay? So it's always good to pay attention to that to know what you probably need to be working on next. So it'll tell you basically, if you follow this, it'll tell you what order you need to do your things in order to get them turned in on time. Okay. So that's pretty much the stream. Now, if we go to the next tab, which is the Classwork tab, which is up here at the middle, if you click on that, this is probably the most important tab that you'll have here in your Google Classroom, okay? So if you go here, this is where you can view all of your assignments. So each individual assignment is going to be under this broader category, okay? So if your teacher gives a category, gives a lot of practice out, if in this case this title is practice, every assignment underneath here is going to be considered the practice, okay? If there's a title of test, if there's one of quizzes or homework, okay, that means anything underneath this little banner, any assignment down here is going to be related to that topic. So all the assignments that will be under this practice banner will be considered practice. Anything under the homeworks banner will be homework. Anything under test. If your teacher doesn't give you topics, then it'll just list the assignments here as they turn them in, okay? So this is why, instead of looking here, it's probably better if you click this little button up here. So right above the top of the first banner there, you'll see there's this little link that's called View Your Work. If you click that, this will actually be a place that you can go to see every single one of your assignments. So if you look here, when you come in, all is automatically selected. So when you first come in to view your work, you're going to see all your assignments, whether they're assigned, whether you've already done them and you've turned them in, or whether it's a missing assignment, so something that you didn't turn in that's still missing, okay, that you forgot to turn in, or didn't turn in for whatever reason. So you'll see every single assignment. But on top of that, you can actually go through and click on these different options here. So all, assigned, return, missing. If you click on these other options, it'll shrink down the number of assignments that you see. So if you click assigned, this will now only show you assignments that are currently assigned that you have to do for your class. Okay, so this will show you everything that's due, or everything that's currently assigned to you. Now, if you go to the next tab, which is returned, this will be where you will come. So once you turn in your assignments, okay, this is where you will come. So once your teacher grades it, or acknowledges that you've turned in your assignments will show up here and tell you that you've done them. And sometimes if your teacher makes it this way, it'll also show your grade. Okay, so that's just teacher to teacher. Sometimes the teachers won't show you your grade on here. They'll put it on PowerSchool. But depending on the teacher, you might even see your grade here for turned in assignments. Now, the biggest one here, that the one that you might want to pay attention to the most, besides the assigned one, is the missing tab. So if you did forget to do an assignment, or you were out sick and you weren't able to get to your computer, and maybe you missed an assignment or two, you can come to the missing tab here, and it'll let you know any assignments that are currently missing from you. So things that you might possibly have a 0 in, or something that was due before but you didn't get to turn in. Okay, so always make sure you come and check this missing tab to make sure you're not missing any work. Okay, and also keep tabs on your assign tab here to make sure you are keeping up with your assignments and staying current with those. Okay, but this right here is the easiest way to check on your classwork. So once again, Classwork tab, and then this View Your Work button here. Okay, and that will lead you to all your assignments, so you can see exactly what you've got to do. Okay, you can also access your assignments directly here from the Classwork tab by just simply clicking on the assignment and clicking View Assignment. Okay, so either way you want to do that, which is easier for you, you can access your assignments this way. Once again, my preferred way is the View Your Work tab, because it actually shows you everything that you've got to do, everything that's assigned, and when it's due, and all that information there for you. But if you click on the individual assignment and you click View Details or View Assignment, you come to this screen. Okay, now this is the actual assignment screen. This tells you what the title of the assignment is. So right here, Practice Google Assignment. It tells you the teacher that assigned it, the date and time which they assigned it. It also tells you how many points it's worth if it's being graded. So if it's a graded assignment, it'll tell you how many points it's worth. And it'll also tell you the due date. And that's the biggest piece of information here that you need to pay attention to, are due dates. Okay. It is important to keep up with your work, and making sure you're keeping up with the due dates. That's a big part of that. The other big part of every assignment is this little part right here. Make sure you read the instructions for each assignment, because depending on the teacher, depending on the class, they might have you simply do a Google form. So they might have a Google form here like this assignment where you just click on the form and complete it and turn it in. Or if it's like maybe like an English class or something, they might have you write a paper, okay? Or they might have you create a slideshow or something. And if you have to do that, what you might have to do is add a file or add a document or add a slide or a spreadsheet or something, okay? So if you have to do that, what you would do is come over here and click Add or Create, and then add whatever you would need to add. So if you've got your paper written and saved in Google Drive, you can add your file from Google Drive. If you have a file downloaded, like a PowerPoint or a document file that you need to share, you come here and add that file. Or if you'd like to create a new document from scratch, you can come down here and click to add a new document or a slideshow or a spreadsheet, okay, or even a drawing if your teacher wants you to, okay. So make sure you read the directions, because hopefully your teacher will let you know exactly what you need to do and how to and what you need to turn in for the assignment. Now, if you have a Google form assignment, once you complete that Google form, it'll already mark your assignment as done for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you do have to turn in anything, sometimes you'll have to come here, and it's very beneficial to you and your teacher that when you finish an assignment, you mark the assignment as done, okay? So if you mark the assignment as done, it'll let the teacher know it's done, that you're done with your work, and it'll also take it off of your Assign tab, so that way you can keep track of the work that you've done as well, okay? So whenever you get done with an assignment, make sure that it is marked as done, so that way you can check it off your list of things to do, and also that way your teacher understands that you're done with your work and they can grade it and get that work back to you, okay? Now, the other two big parts of this screen, okay, are the class comment section, okay, and the private comment section. So, and they're pretty self-explanatory here, but let me explain. The class comment section, okay, you'll see your little picture here, and there's a little box beside of it. If you click inside that box, you can type in a comment, but where this is the class comment section, this is where you would go to comment on something, and then the whole class can see where you've commented, okay? Now, some teachers might have this disabled, so you might not be able to do this for every assignment, okay? Some teachers might let you, some teachers might not. But if you're able to do it, right here is where you would make a comment so that the whole class, it's a public comment, kind of like if you were commenting on something in a discussion board or on a social media site like Instagram or Facebook or something. If you commented on something, everybody in the class can see that. If you would like to make a comment or ask a question about an assignment and you wouldn't like everybody to see it, or if you'd rather just talk to the teacher one-on-one, that's what the private comment section is for. So once again, you'll see your little picture here, a little box beside of it, and whatever you type in here, and when you hit send, it'll go directly to the teacher, and it's just between you and the teacher. So if you have a question and you're not sure maybe how to complete the assignment, or you have a question about a certain piece of the assignment or something like that, you can always come here, leave a private comment, and talk directly with your teacher using the private comment feature here, okay? So that's a good tool to use in case if you have any problems, you can always talk to your teacher through the private comments. Now, the other way that you can talk to your teacher has to do with the other tab. So if we go back out, I click the classroom here, brings me out to the main screen again, the stream. I'm going to click on the People tab now. The People tab, okay, and this is where it'll list out all your teachers, or if your teachers have it made this way, it might even show all the other people that are in your class. Once again, that's teacher to teacher, class to class, just depending on if your teacher allows that or not. But in this case, you will see your teacher here, okay? And this is very handy because if you look out here, there's a little envelope button. If you click that envelope button, that'll actually open Gmail, and it will allow you to directly email your teacher. So if you're having any trouble with anything in class, like if you don't understand something, or you don't you don't understand how to do an assignment, you weren't able to see a video that was posted, or you're unable to download a set of notes or something like that, or turn in an assignment, you can always come to the People tab, click the little email logo or the envelope logo here, and that will allow you to email your teacher directly. So between the private comments on each individual assignment, so once again, you can come here, the private comments are here, or you can go to the People tab and email your teacher using the People tab here. Those are two ways that you can get a hold of your teacher. Okay, so if you're having any trouble whatsoever, make sure you're in contact with your teacher so that way we can help you as best we can. Okay. Now that's just the basics of Google Classroom, and that should get you off and running here in terms of keeping up with your work and getting in contact with your teachers. But if you have any other questions at all about Google Classroom or anything that's going on in your class, make sure you talk to your teachers and let us know if you're having any trouble, so that way we can help you. Okay. If you don't tell us you're struggling, or you don't tell us you're having problems, we can't help you. So you have to be a little proactive in this and let us know when you're struggling with something. Okay. But other than that, make sure you keep up with your work. Make sure you read instructions, and then also make sure you're keeping in contact with your teacher. And like I said, if you have any other questions, talk to your teacher, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you.